Today, we need to talk about a character who makes a lot of people really angry, and that's why I'm a little bit nervous to talk about this particular character, and that is the Winter Soldier, Bucky Barnes. Bucky is in a really interesting place because there's some creative liberty that's been taken with his kit, and most people dislike a lot of the aspects of how that kit plays together and compounds off of itself. Unless you play him a lot or have someone on your team who is able to play him very reliably, there's a lot of grievances that I see about the Winter Soldier in particular. In terms of his abilities, a lot of this I would actually say does have some decent representation in his kit, though there is some of it that is a little bit of a stretch. So he has the Infinity Formula, which grants him enhanced strength, speed, agility, reflexes, stamina, vitality, and resilience from injuries, as well as that cybernetic arm. Now, this cybernetic arm, or this version of the cybernetic arm in-game, is a lot more specifically versatile to the genre that he finds himself in, but you do see elements of some of the stuff that he's able to do in the list of abilities allotted to him by that. The enhanced reaction time is not something that's super represented, except for maybe you could say that his automatic reload is somehow rolled into that, the ceaseless charge passive that he possesses. Superhuman strength, that's pretty straightforward. Holographic projection, I don't really know how you would go about doing that in a way that would have any degree of meaningful impact on the game. Energy projection, he's got his tainted voltage. EMP discharger, while something that could potentially be added, I don't think it's a good idea of something to put on a character who can already pull you into different places and prevent you from leaving after he's done so. That just feels like a bad idea of something to add. I don't hate the concept of having an EMP type ability that locks down the ability for opponents to do things. I just don't think it's a good fit for Winter Soldier. On top of that, he's got mastery in military weapons and throwing knives, hand-to-hand combat, a skilled assassin and spy, as well as being a skilled marksman. So there's a lot to pull from here, but you've got to be really careful because of how his kit works with itself. And I think I have an idea. So like I said, his ceaseless charge gives him a bunch of different stuff and is somewhat representative of his enhanced reaction time. But I think that if you were to give him a new ability that wasn't an additional passive, and something that he could do, I think that you could potentially put on a very lengthy cooldown. We're talking 25, 30, or maybe even more seconds. An ability that gives him the option to replenish his health if he has overhealth available to him. So let's say he gets taken down to 100 and then is doing something that gives him overhealth and he gets 50 overshield as a part of landing that. I'm not sure exactly where and how far the cap is, but if you activate that ability, you can recover that overhealth into replenishing your active hit points, and then that ability goes on a lengthy cooldown. Additionally, I do not think that using this ability should give the ceaseless recharge benefit of reloading his weapons, and I think based off of it being specifically linked to when the bionic arm is in action, I think you can get away with that. And I don't think that that really hurts his sustain, as it's really just kind of a way to bolster oneself up if there's a fight that you finished and you need to get back into the fray where there's still opponents on the enemy team that are coming through. That's really the biggest thing that I see as a potential to add to Bucky without completely overclocking him, even more so than he already has been, as he's in a very powerful state and, in my opinion, probably needs to be reined in a lot of different areas. But what do you think? Is there a different change that you would like to see made to Bucky the Winter Soldier? I'm interested to hear what your thoughts are in the comments down below. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like, follow, and share with someone who might enjoy it as well. And we'll be back to talk about the last to-do list from the base game tomorrow.